right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the San Francisco 49ers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 56! Yeah, let's go set lunch.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Henry. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Check, check, lucky.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for in May, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Watson off play action. That is caught at the 7. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now the 49ers, they'll line up and go for 2 here.
Tighten up.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Derrick Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. As you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Casey Hayward makes the tackle. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go! All day, baby, let's go!
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
They'll run here with Edwards, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So second and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. He'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it with Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Check pass. Check pass. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 36. 54.
Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Over the middle to Evans. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. D.D. Westbrook, 78 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4th. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Henry out of the pistol. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. On third down, Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 4. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Olivier Vernon brings him down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check safety, check safety.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Hey. 4 down. Check 24. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Let's go. Check 31. Watch twits.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Here we go, here we go.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. There's Garoppolo to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Being chased out left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Come on now, let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Leonard Fournette. And down to the 36-yard line here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Again, it's Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
To throw is Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st down, it's Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tardy.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16.
First and 10 at the 16.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
From the red zone now, Watson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Here we go, here we go. Motion, motion, motion. 58.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mark Barrett. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Joker, 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 joker. Switch it, switch it, switch it.
So that'll back him up 5.
Set. 19. 50, 50. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. 59. Crunch. Show it up, show it up. 54. Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, we got four there.
Back to throw, Watson. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down.
13 on the play. It's fourth down.
50.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Night, sweetheart.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Here we go. I'm coming after you.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
Here we go.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 45 yards.
13.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
27, I'm coming for you. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Anthony Barr in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
58, Mike.
Y'all not ready.
Motion.
On fourth down, Watson. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on fourth down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. 56. Rip right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Drake. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Gibson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
21. Here we go.
They'll run. It's Drake. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. So give him the first down. First and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On first down, Watson. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Watson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 30. Past the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. A 1-yard run on first down, another yard that gets him into the end zone on second down. Maybe not much for the yards per carry average, but hey, 6 points.
Yeah, bottom line is...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And we are tied. They return it to the house. And now Charles, the extra point, can give them the lead.
And they did it on defense. What a play.
The offenses have success. You could say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And a busy night for Henry continues. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Go ahead.
Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Watson. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Hatchet. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Watch the shift.
From his end zone, Watson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he comes back with one complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Back to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And This is taken in at the 5. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Watson. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One of my favorite expressions is that fortune favors the bold. This seems foolhardy, though.
Oh, it seems very foolhardy. All you had to do was kick the PAT, extend the game.
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense there, did it? I mean, I just don't get that at all because the risk-reward, it just wasn't there.
And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, needle, and call it a day.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish now. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since